I've been making videos for myself and for all of you guys for well over 10 years now. Unfortunately, I can't really say I've ever stuck to a consistent schedule, but I'm still proud of the videos that I have made. Most of them, at least. But ever since I was a kid, I've always just had like that creative itch. I used to draw a lot. I was never really any good at it. Held a couple puppet shows back in my day, nothing crazy. But occasionally, when I could, I would cameo in my older brother's videos that he'd record actually with our family's little digital camera that we had back then. You know, the ones that are being kind of like thrown back today on like TikTok shop and stuff, you know, those little digital cameras. We were the OGs, we had one of those. He watched a lot of YouTube back then, so he must have felt inspired himself to make his own videos, and he would just go around filming stuff that was happening in our house. Just random things, you know, filming a show we were watching or filming us, you know, just kind of hanging out. And me being like 7 or 8 at the time, I loved it. I loved being in the videos. I loved cameoing. I loved just featuring in any way. I loved creating little stories, little characters, just all that stuff. And I don't know, man, kind of ever since then, something about making videos, something about this right here just drew me in. The first video I fully remember making, I think it was just me and my friends. It was like a little skit that I recorded. My friend was just dancing. There was music in the background, probably a crappy joke sprinkled in there. We were like 10 at the time, so it was like 5th grade. And I recorded it. I was the camera guy, if you will. And kind of since then, I've always kind of kept to that role. I've always been sort of the man behind the camera. I got my first iPod with a camera, I think in like 2010, 2011-ish. And then immediately after that, started an impromptu collab channel with one of my friends at the time. And we kind of just made random videos. By the way, shout out to Splice Video Editor. If any of you know what that is, you're truly an OG. But yeah, I'd say from like 2012 onwards, making videos kind of became like a core hobby for me. And for the longest time, it remained that way. The point is, I just love making videos. From a very young age, I've liked making videos, and it's kind of always been like my thing. And it's always been sort of self-fulfilling in a way, you know, like I make videos because I find it fun to make videos. I like creating new things and then like wrapping it up. I really like a finished product. Obviously, you know, I'd be lying if I said I didn't want more people to see what I make. You know, it's nice to make videos, and of course that process is fun, but it's even nicer to see sort of the reaction from it and see how people perceive it and see how something you made is being, you know, received by others. It's nice to share things, and videos just happen to be like a good thing to share. Now, would I be lying if I said I've been a dedicated, passionate, you know, fully driven content creator on the grind? Yes, I'd be lying. That's not true. I've always sort of struggled with motivating myself. It's funny, but I feel like most people, in a way, even if you're not a content creator, can relate to what I'm about to say here. But when I was younger, that drive and the passion was always there, but the tools at my disposal weren't. Growing up, I didn't really have like a strong computer or anything decent to really make videos with. I didn't always have an iPod, you know, I didn't always have a camera. In fact, you can still actually see most of the videos that I shot back in the day, you know, talking like early 2010s here. Most of it was just kind of shot with like a riffraff or mishmash of a phone camera my mom had or a tablet that we had, you know, just basically anything with a camera that I could get my hands on at the time was what I was recording with. But I digress. Now that I'm older, I feel like I finally am fortunate enough to like have all the stuff I wish I would have had back in the day making stuff, like equipment I used to dream of owning. A proper DSLR camera, you know, high quality mics, a good phone, a good PC. I have absolutely everything that I could have dreamed about owning way back in like 2015 when I was recording Gmod on my laptop with like 15 FPS. I have absolutely everything. Like I have everything I could ever need, could ever want, pretty much to make something. And yet I don't. All right, look, I don't want to be something that I'm not. Even having all these words written down and reading them out loud, it's kind of weird, you know. I'm not used to reading off a script, kind of, and it's a bit different. but I need to evolve. Things have stayed the same for a while now, and I need to change that. I want to make more videos this year, and I hope you continue to stick with me. Thank you, and see you next week.